There's nothing worse than coming back from a 3-day weekend and like kind of being able to like get away from your job for a second and like actually be able to enjoy yourself, because I just had an extra day to enjoy myself, and it just helped me like actually disconnect from work. And now I'm just back and I'm so like I do not want to do this, bro.
We really pay to live on Earth. None of us asked to be here. None of us asked to participate. And yet we gotta pay to live, eat, sleep, breathe, shit on this place.
Hi guys, welcome back. Okay, so the videos we're going to be checking out today are actually videos about something that I saw on TikTok. So I saw someone actually talking about a lot of people. So many videos have been popping on my For You page about how I have sinned and how the shift from people having so much zeal when it comes to like work and the things that they want to do like in their career. They are so like they have so much dreams, they have a lot of thoughts for the future and what they want to do, what they want to become, things they want to do. Like we all have those things, right? So I noticed that there's a shift, and it's like we got to a point where I guess maybe due to the economical situation and how things just kept progressively becoming worse and bad, now there's just so many people who don't have any zeal to actually do anything or don't want to even pursue anything. A lot of people do not even want to work. Like they don't even want the job anymore. They don't want the careers. They just want to have a simple life. The whole system is there for you to just keep pursuing and wanting more, while in reality it is very difficult. Yeah, you get told that you can do anything you want and you can achieve anything you want, like, oh, okay, like this is the American dream. But then eventually, like when people are doing it, they're like, hey, like looking at how it is actually today in these days, you can see how difficult life is in general. So these videos are just rant about people's realization as to what is happening. Well, before we get right into this video and check out this video, I want to give a very big shout out to Joseph for sending me a $20 cash app. Joseph has been a very big supporter of this channel, and I definitely appreciate you so much. God bless you. Make sure you please click the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here and you're watching me for the very first time. Clicking the like button definitely helps with the algorithm, and I appreciate that so much. Let's get right into it.
Anyone else feel like there's no point to doing any long-term planning? At the beginning of this year, I'd kind of come to the acceptance that becoming some wealthy, big success under capitalism wasn't actually, a real thing, probably, given the current circumstances. That having kids at some point would probably not be the wisest choice, because who knows what temperature the planet is going to be at that point. Society is falling apart around us, and we can all see it, and we don't know what it's going to look like when we get to the other side, but it's probably going to be unpleasant in the meantime. It already is quite unpleasant. And then, thanks to a combination of my own abandonment issues and my own self-abandonment issues, found myself in a situation over the past 6 months where that was the goal. I was going to get a stable job and a stable career and have the 2.5 kids and the house and the white picket fence, and if I just tried hard enough, it would all work out. I just ignored everything that seems to actually be going on. The price gouging, the wealth inequality, BRICS now having a larger combined GDP than the Western bloc. All of these things that kind of show that we are an empire in decline. And if I just ignored all of that and just kept my eyes focused on, like, I can make my dreams come true, then somehow it would. That didn't feel very good. I don't think I applied to a single corporate job. I couldn't get my soul to do that, because it just seemed so obvious that like this is not the way forwards. Just, that's gone, that's over. Even though that wasn't the funnest of times, I at least felt like I had some kind of purpose, some vision for the future, which I could and would reach inevitably if I just tried harder and was more productive and all of that. Now that I've kind of come back to accepting reality as it seems to be to me, I'm a lot more at peace. I am a lot happier and calmer, and my days aren't like this frantic rush to achieve under a system where achieving would mean giving up the majority of my freedom in order to chase after this very unattainable dream. But at least then there was a sense of some kind of purpose, of some long-term vision which could be achieved. And now there's not. I do have a long-term dream of being in a society where people don't have to go to cubicles for 10 hours a day just in order to exist. That would be a really great world to live in. I would love that. But that drive is gone to achieve something bigger, at least within the capitalist framework. I would like to do something that helps move us more in the direction of the downfall of capitalism, I guess, to be blunt, and make life easier and better for people. It feels like there's this holding pattern right now between accepting that what was in the past is not what the future is going to look like, but also the future being so unpredictable and uncertain that there's no long-term action to take because it seems pointless. I understand there are a lot of things I probably could do that are not pointless, but I think I'm left coming from a place where I really understood and became the person who thought that was the way and that was a realistic future, and I have a lot more empathy for why people still would want to achieve under capitalism. And of course, I totally understand why people have to achieve under capitalism just to survive. I'm extremely privileged that I'm in a position where I don't really need to that much. I will have a roof over my head and food. I don't really know where this is going or what I'm trying to say, really, except that it's a strangely uncomfortable void to not be constantly chasing after something and pushing myself to chase after something. What do we do? It's so hard to even put into words. I was having a conversation with a close friend about it last night, and we both just kept we were both just we don't even know what to say. What do you say how do you talk about and work through living in a declining empire that is falling apart, where everything is getting worse, and no one individual can really do a whole lot? It requires a collective, simultaneous effort to try to do something about the situation. I'm simultaneously more at peace than I've ever been, and also have no sense of long-term meaning or purpose. I don't know if this makes sense to anyone. Hopefully it does.
There's just no way I'm the only one that feels this way, or maybe I am, and maybe I'm the only one that's ever really went down this rabbit hole. But does anybody else just think about how absolutely useless their ancestors were? Because, you're telling me when none of this stuff was invented, you couldn't think to make a single goddamn thing that would have made our family rich? You couldn't think of a fucking paperclip? You couldn't think of, I'm not asking you to invent rocket science, but when there was nothing in the world, you couldn't think to make something and build an empire on it? You just sat around, I don't know what you did for work, and you just never wanted to make something. You never could have thought of, the sun is bright. You couldn't think of a single goddamn thing? Not a single thing. You couldn't take over a resource or something? I see all these cherry trees. These are mine. I'm going to sell them at the local market, and I'm going to build a cherry fucking empire. Instead, I got to go to work every fucking day. And now when I try to invent something, everything's already been fucking invented. I gotta know software and computer programming to invent some new shit.
I don't know how to address the cognitive friction of being aware enough of the systems to know that they're ruining my life, and yet still wanting to chase the lies that have insulated me from going literally insane. There's this, I think it's a Mark Twain quote that says, all Americans believe that they are just temporarily embarrassed millionaires. And that is the root of it, right? Because if we were willing to admit that we are all just wage slaves, then how would we cope? How would we cope with waking up every single morning and going to work these jobs that we despise, understanding fully that we will never escape the matrix? We're never going to get that big break. We're never going to you know, come up with the ingenious business idea, and like maybe 1 out of 1,000,000 of us will, and that individual is the carrot that we all chase, when in reality that carrot is rotten all the way through. And understanding that, and still having to exist within the structures of sanity I have built for myself to be able to survive in a system that would otherwise kill me, it's tough. I don't really know how to do it. I've been trying to put it into words, and when I figure it out, it will be my magnum opus, but for now I'm just addressing this, I guess.
We all go to work a lot, we work so hard, and then you'll notice that a lot of us are unable to actually achieve the things that we actually started working for, like the things that we're told, oh, like, you know, go to school, and when you're done with school, you'll be able to do this, you'll be able to buy a house, you'll be able to do this and that. And then it's like, in this present day, you do all of that and you're working so hard. A lot of people have multiple jobs that they have to actually keep clocking into, and have spent less time at home to even have a life for themselves. And at the end of the day, it just ends up being that a lot of these things are making people not have any, you know, hope or see anything like, okay, let me just, you know, wish for the best in future, or something great is going to happen, let me plan for the future. And it's like, what future are you planning for? My experiences with life has just been progressively getting worse. Like, instead of like things to just change and get better sometime, I genuinely wish that things get better. I genuinely hope that things don't continue being worse.
So I just seen where this guy was at his job for 42 years and they let him go. Now let that sink in. 42 years at one job. So clearly he was like a couple of years away from retirement. And guys, they just came in and cut this man like he was trash, like a sheet of paper. And this is why I tell you guys that jobs are not the way to go. This is the reason why jobs are becoming extinct. Imagine working for a place, blood, sweat, and tears, that you done gave them everything. You wake up early, you go in early, you stay late, you train people. You're underpaid, you're overworked. I'm talking about, imagine working for a job that you done gave everything to. You done neglected relationships. You done damaged, you done burnt bridges with your family that you can't even get back because you done put a job first. You done gave that job everything. And for them to show their appreciation to you, they come in with you less than a year or two away from retirement and let you go. Guys, I have said this 1,000 times. Jobs do not care about you. They don't care about your family. They listen, jobs are designed for you to work overtime every day, 8 to 12 hours a day, all year round, so that they can spend time with their families, build relationships, build memories, travel, do the things they love to do, while you're jeopardizing your family. And guess what? Right when you think you're going to be right there at the pinnacle of success, whatever that is at the job, guys, they're going to come in and they do exactly what they did to me. They're going to fire you because guess what? Jobs, it's just legalized slavery. They don't need you. The manual labor thing is going over, guys. The world is going digital. And that's why I'm so glad when I got fired, guys. I discovered digital marketing 8.5 months ago, and it has made me a multiple 6-figure earner, guys, just working 2 hours a day, so that I never have to worry about putting myself in that position like that guy just did not long ago, guys. So if you're at a job and you don't want that to happen to you, and you want to know how you can take your cell phone and work 2 hours a day on any social media platform you want, guys, and earn $900 commissions, then put the word yes in the comments so I can send you guys over exactly what I've been doing that has made me a multiple 6-figure earner, guys, in just 8 months with no experience.
We spend the majority of our waking hours around our coworkers and at work, more so than we do in our own homes and around our own fucking families. And I am having a really hard time going into work because of that thought. My brain cannot wrap itself around that thought. I just don't get it. It's really hard for me. And this is coming from a person who used to just like love working and would work 6-7 days a week and live at fucking work if you asked me to. And now that, like, I mean, I have 2 little boys and I'm a full-time working mom, and it's just really fucking hard. And as I get older now, I'm just like, the more I realize I want to be just home and spending my life doing other things than like just feeling like I'm owned by somebody else in their business, and putting majority of my energy and time and effort into that than into my home and my family. And say what you want, if you're a workaholic and you fucking hate that and you think I'm lazy or whatever, like, I don't give a fuck, because I've talked about this before, and some people fucking just came for me and they're like, oh, this generation, if you want to be miserable, get the fuck off my page. I don't care. Go fucking be miserable. I also understand that other countries have it far worse than us. I get that. It fucking sucks. I don't know what happened in the world for things to just get so bad. It makes me sad. I hate seeing how awful certain places have it, and how some kids like don't get to eat for like weeks. It breaks my fucking heart. All I'm saying is, just in my situation right now, I am feeling like, woe is me, sad, right? I'm just feeling like it's hard for me to comprehend life right now. It's hard for me to like try to even just understand it and like what we're doing here. That's a whole different topic. And I get that other people, you know, even work 6-7 days a week, like they work more, but like, all I'm saying is that it's just hard for everyone, male, female, whoever, to constantly just spend their entire days and their entire, like, pretty much majority of their weeks at work and around their coworkers. And some people don't even like their fucking jobs or like their fucking coworkers to be around, and I can't even imagine that situation, you know? So it just is, I don't know, I don't understand it, and it's getting harder and harder for me as I get older to understand all of this. And especially in America, I don't know how it is everywhere else, I'm ignorant to that, but I know that like our value is held within like what we do with our lives, what our careers are, how much money we make, what kind of cars we drive. It's just like, wow, they must be like a cool, awesome person, or they're great, blah, 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 and this is what they do with their lives. And they could be shit people, they could be very bad people, but they're just great because they're a pastor, they're, you know, a CEO of a company, and they make 6 digits a year, they make $300,000 a year, and they have this car, and they're just so great, and they're, you know, it just is, it's crazy to me. Instead of just like being a good person and being like, how do you treat your friends and your family and your children, and, you know, how are you just inside, it's like, just what do you do with your life, what's your career? I don't know, I could talk about this all day, I can go on a tangent all fucking day, but it's a Monday and I'm having a hard time, and I'm not even gonna fucking sugarcoat it, because I know that other people struggle with this too. So if you are, I feel you. I'm sorry. Have a wonderful day. Let's turn this fucking attitude around, because this is so negative. But anyways, have a good Monday.
The minute you stop caring about money in the United States and start caring about things like people and your free time, people will start thinking you're crazy.
With all this hoopla about the declining birth rate, I saw a tweet where a woman said something like, you know, women aren't having kids these days, or people aren't having kids these days because they think parenting is hard, and that's their only excuse. And it's like, yeah, babe, it is hard. And I think the older generation overestimates how much a difficult life isn't a status symbol anymore. Like, we don't want to live a hard life. If we can avoid hardship, we're gonna avoid it. There's too much going on in this world to want to make your life more difficult if you're not able to handle it. Is that so shocking? Really?
Is anyone else like too aware? Like, I'm too aware that this is all temporary, this is all part of the human experience, and that nothing matters, and that everything is subconscious programming, and everything is made up. Like the days of the week, that's made up. Monday, someone decided this day is called Monday, this day is called Tuesday. It's all made up. Like, humans made everything up. Like money, it's just made up. It doesn't mean anything. Like, there are so many different things, like road signs, the street names. Like, somebody just decided this street is named that name. Like, it's so stupid. Like, it's really hard for me to live my life and just be a normal person, because I'm just too aware. I'm always seeing things from a background perspective. Like, I'm seeing everything. I'm seeing through the programming, seeing through the matrix. Does anyone else know what I'm saying, or am I just crazy? Please help me out.
Us as humans, like regardless, like all the difficulty you see yourself facing, every like system that has been set up in the world and methods and ways, like things you want to do and how the procedures you need to follow to actually achieve those things, actually things that was set up by us, our fellow humans. Like these are things that we kind of laid this bed, like, we did this thing. If it's not you who did it, it's like it's all humans that did it. Okay, like at the end of the day, this was something that they came into agreement with over the time. And it's like, why is it that like as humans, I guess maybe a few percentage of people actually we have so much influence and power to actually make things this difficult and make things this difficult for all of us, and it's like the masses are just there following and accepting everything because they don't really realize that they have powers to change anything. And I'm like, as it is set up right now, many people are complaining and are getting tired of it. I don't know if we need to they need to restructure everything and start it over from scratch. Like it needs to just fall down and everything needs to start from scratch again and in a different method, because it's like the whole lifestyle of us living like this, I feel like maybe if things were done differently, like there would have been a different way where we could live as humans and be more happy. Because it's like we're living in a world where we are literally struggling, and every little thing we have on this earth is something we're going to leave behind. And it's like, it's free. We came and made these things like nature. They're all on this earth. Like nobody bought the stuff on earth. Like nobody actually went somewhere else to go and buy it and put it here for us to be able to achieve it and be able to get it or get access to you, if you know what I'm talking about. Like these things are things you came and met here, but all of a sudden a lot of stuff you need to pay for them. And it's just crazy. But I do understand like why, like when it comes to like working and stuff, I do understand why a lot of people just don't have that hope and dream or trying to like attain or achieve a higher height. As you know that a lot of companies don't even care about us. Like you're working in those places, of course you're just nothing but a number. All they care about is of course making their profits. I mean, when you create a business, I know you definitely want profit, but at least just having a little sympathy to care for those people will go a long way also, because we are humans.
There's nothing worse than coming back from a 3-day weekend and like kind of being able to like get away from your job for a second and like actually be able to enjoy yourself, because I just had an extra day to enjoy myself, and it just helped me like actually disconnect from work. And now I'm just back and I'm so like, I do not want to do this, bro. I don't want to get another job either. Like, I don't want to have to go through the process of quitting this job and then applying for other jobs and interviewing for other jobs that I don't even want to do. And I know everyone feels like this, like, haha, like this isn't a unique experience. Everyone hates working, but then what are we supposed to do? Because I literally can't do this. Like, they say they like care about people's mental health and like ask for help and like do all this shit. Like, it's all just like, they're just saying that to check off boxes, you know what I mean? Like, they don't actually give a shit. If I tell them that I want to take like 2 months off work, like, they're just gonna want to fire me. Like, they don't actually care about your mental health. They don't want mentally ill people on their team. And even if I wasn't mentally ill, I would still be burnt the fuck out, because no one should have to do this. Like, 2 days off is not enough. Like, especially if like, I don't know, like I commute. Usually I get to work from home twice a week. Woohoo. And I leave my house at 7 to get there at 9. And then I get home at 7 after leaving at 5:30. And I don't have time to do anything with my life. Like, I only have 2 days to do things. And when I do have those 2 days off, it's like, I feel like I need to be cleaning my house and like maybe cooking something for myself finally, or like playing with my dog, who I never get to do anything with her because I'm always at work. Oh my god, it's horrible. And I really don't know what to do. And like my parents have like just worked their whole lives and are like totally cool with it and like don't really understand why I'm so stressed out and why I can't do this. My mom commuted to work every single day for like 40 years. Or not 40, it was like 30. She's been at her company for 40 years though. And like, she commuted every day, yeah, for 40 years. And would come home and like make dinner. And she just like, and maybe that's like, she had a really stressful like childhood or whatever. So maybe she enjoyed her routine and just like whatever. But the thought of living like that is literally terrifying to me. And my mom, like, I love her, but she's not that happy. And I think it's like she's happy to be comfortable and she's happy to just like have moved out the hood and like have a man that doesn't like beat her up, right? But like her and my dad they struggled so much when they were little that like I think that they just didn't care. Like, and I think this is the case, and this is why the generations in like the US are getting more and more mentally ill, because I think that now it's like we don't see as much of a need to bust our fucking ass, because a lot of us didn't grow up broke, and a lot of us did, don't get me wrong. There are so many poor people in this country, but I think as people have come to America and now built their lives up, both of my grandmother's parents were immigrants and my grandparents were immigrants on my dad's side and my mom's side respectively. So we're pretty new to this country. So like they were, you know, down bad for a couple generations and now we're like not anymore. So like, but they don't know anything else. We don't know anything else other than like the grind. So like I'm expected to like do the grind, and I feel like I should be doing the grind. But I'm not in survival mode. So, like, it's really fucking hard to, like, see a reason and a point for all this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's such a spoiled fucking point of view, and I'm, like, aware of that. But I can't help feeling so existentially, like, incorrect in, like, doing all of this. Because it's, like, I feel like my parents' purpose was getting out of their situations, right? And like starting a new generation. And I'm so grateful that they like did that for me. And it sucks that like, I feel like I just can't do this. Like I can't do what they did, you know? Like I'm not strong enough for it. I don't have the drive behind it because I didn't struggle when I was little. And now I'm working this job where like I leave my house at 7 and I get home at 7. And when I get home, I don't want to do fucking anything. I just go to bed. A lot of times I don't even eat. Like, I've had health issues as a result of this, like, stress. And I could go and get a different job where I'm, like, babysitting or doing something maybe more enjoyable or being a teacher. But then I'm going to have to compromise my lifestyle and I won't be able to pay my rent and I won't be able to do a lot of the things that make me happy that I do get to do outside of work when I do them. And I'm still struggling financially, even though I make so much more money than a lot of the people that are my age. Like, I don't know how people are doing it. Like, this is like, oh my God, the noise is so triggering. Like, just leave me alone. Like, it literally just, it's too much. Like, and when I think about like all the things that I'm gonna have to do. I'm only 25. I have at least 40 years left of doing this apparently, because that's what we're supposed to do. Like, oh my God, I don't want to do that. I would rather die. And I see why people kill themselves over this, because I kind of want to. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. Staring down the work week on a Monday, it's hell. Like, and I know it's such a blessing to even like have a job right now, because so many people don't have one. And if you like your job, I think that's a totally different story. But I wasn't one of those people that was able to like find an occupational passion. Like I just never was able to do that. I wish that I did, I guess, but I know that that's like not reality for a lot of people. Like a lot of the time you do your job and it's separate from your personal life. But this is hard, bro. only 2 days off and having to do this for most of my life, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, you know? It's really bad, and I'm not seeing, like, a solution to it, you know? Like, people will tell you to, like, have better time management or just, like, you know, I don't even know how they expect us to do it. I mean, I guess, and I think I just need a different job, but I don't want to, I'm finally comfortable somewhere, so I could go somewhere else where they're going to treat me better, but I'm still going to have the same sentiment of having to work every fucking day and hating it. Maybe I'll like it a little bit more if they treat me better, but, like, eventually I'm going to feel that way, you know? Like, this is, like, I don't want to do it for the rest of my life. Like, I don't. And I see why people make money in other ways. Like, fucking for money and, like, making $3,000 in a night doesn't sound that bad, so that I could just pay my fucking rent and live my life and do odd jobs. Like, I get why people do sex work. Like, it's like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. And I'm lucky because I don't have to work like this just to survive. Like, God forbid I ever didn't have money or needed a place to go. I have a place to go. There's so many people who feel like me and don't have that backup. Like, we're all just forced to, like, be slaves here, for lack of a better word. And a lot of people don't even have help if they do decide they need to just take a break from this slavery shit for a second. Like, they don't even have help. Like, I don't know how we're all gonna do this. Like we should just all kill ourselves. Like, 'cause this is fucking crazy and I don't want to do it. I don't want to leave my job and get another one and practice my 5 to 9 before my 9 to 5 or my 9 to 5 after or my 5 to 9 after my 9 to 5. Bitch, suck my dick. I don't ever want to do this again. I don't want to work. This sucks. These people fucking don't care about me and I'm just wasting my fucking life. Woo. So I'll be here wasting my life. If anybody fucking needs me, that's where I'll be. Like,
I see people choose not to give birth to children because they feel like they don't want to keep giving birth to just workers, somebody that's just gonna come and just work for someone else, one billionaire somewhere, and that's just what the child, like, you haven't even given birth to the child already, but you can predict what the future is about to be for that child, because, you know, being able to attain being at a certain height, making some certain amount of money is not easy at all, and it's not something that's meant for everyone. Not everybody is going to be rich. Like, that is highly impossible. Not everybody is gonna you know, the constant chase of, oh, everybody wish to be a millionaire, everybody wish to be a billionaire, we wish to make so much money, like, and be so rich, but not everybody. Like, sadly, our lives are just like, a lot of people will never be rich. Like, that's just how it is. You can chase it, you can try to get it, it's just not gonna happen. So that's just how it is. We can wish and hope and manifest, but some things are just not what some people's life is going to be. So that's why I have seen a lot of people saying no, they're not going to give birth to people who are just going to end up coming to work for someone else. They're already tired and burnt out, so they don't wish that on their children. So, like, seeing this type of stuff, I'm telling you, like, the zeal is just crushed for many people. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching this video to the very end. I really appreciate you so much. Make sure you please click the like button. It helps with the algorithm, and I appreciate that a lot. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here and you're watching me for the very first time, and hit the notification bell to get notified every time I post a new video. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.